Hello, are you out there? I'm Mark with Homebrew Fever Dreams, and I've got Bardic Ballads. So this is a little homebrew review we're doing. This is coming from SrBlackwood. Hi, everyone. Got here after watching the Selamite video. It's a class review we did a couple weeks ago, and decided to post my alternative to Bardic Inspiration. Would really appreciate any feedback for this feature. All right, so I've got right here, this is coming off of a download from DM's Guild, and that's just a place where you can get PDF content that other people have created, and you could donate money essentially, or they might set a price, but $1, $3, whatever, somewhere in that range. That aside, Bardic Ballads, a more musical option. Main feature, Bardic Inspiration is a pretty good ability, but when I think of a bard, I think of a musical aura, and that's what a Bardic Ballad is. A musical, magical effect. It's essentially the sound emanating from your singing and your playing. Bardic Ballad optional. This first level feature replaces Bardic Inspiration. You gain no benefit from the replaced feature and don't qualify for anything in the game that requires it. So if you make this replacement, inspiration gonzo, okay? You don't get both. You can empower your allies using song and voice as an action or bonus action. You can start a Bardic Ballad that lasts until the beginning of your next turn, when you may use an action or bonus action to expand the ballad until your next turn. You may extend a ballad for up to 1 minute. While a Bardic Ballad is active, all allied creatures up to 10 feet of you that can hear you and your instrument receive this benefit. So it allows you to essentially play a song for a minute. I could see potentially if you're out on the road, non-combat, the DM might allow you to play the tune for 10 minutes, maybe even up to an hour, just for color, just like traveling music, right? You're going along, or you're at a camp or something like that, just for the flavor and the color of it. That your group might gain some small benefit for that hour around the campfire in the evening. But specifically, technically, it does say that you can only extend a ballad up to a minute. But it's nice that it works off actions or bonus actions. It's very versatile, very easy for the bard to use without locking up every other capability they have, like making an attack with their loot or whatever they're doing. You know what I'm saying. The 10-foot range, pretty limited, but the radius does grow with time as the bard advances. So that goes out to from 10-foot radius to 20 to 30, I think to 40. So we'll get there. Let's see. While you have a Bardic Ballad active, you may change which one you are playing as an action or bonus action. You just switch the tune. Go from one ballad to another. Very nice. It's versatile. Swiss Army knife of bards here. You can start a ballad a number of times equal to your proficiency bonus plus 1. So 3 times to start with, and that would max out at 6. Yes, proficiency goes to 5. It's amazing what I don't know, what I don't memorize. So, you learn 2 ballads at first level and 2 additional ones at 5th, 10th, and 15th level. So I think there's only 8 altogether. So ultimately, you learn all the ballads. I could see potentially extending the ballad list, but this is certainly a good start. It doesn't give the DM or the player too much to work with because obviously anyone who's taking these homebrew options off of things like the DM Guild or right here off of Reddit, you need to do play testing. You always have to have that caveat with homebrew that you introduce that, hey player, hey DM, we're going to try this out. It looks awesome, sounds cool. But if something's a little broken or too OP, we're going to adjust it in the play between sessions. We might trim it back and forth. So I think that's just common sense for everyone, just so that you don't ruin a whole campaign because of some busted infinity loop of that the player figures out how to do by accident. Okay. So ultimately, though, 8 ballads. The composition. You may keep 2 Bardic Ballads active at the same time, at the cost of both your action and bonus action every turn. At Some situations, this may give a big boost to your allies at the cost of not casting any spells. At 10th level, you may using intertwining music, you may keep 3 Bardic Ballads active for, again, the cost of your action and your bonus action. So saying if you go all in, you can be strumming a tune here while singing something here, or you can like one-man band it, right, where you've got like cymbals on your elbows while you're playing a flute. I don't know. But the bard can figure it out. I'm not good at music, so let's keep going. Reaching songs. At 5th level, your Bardic Ballad benefits all allied creatures up to 20 feet. Awesome. Intertwining music. At 10th level, your musical prowess gives you the ability to extend 2 Bardic Ballads using the same action or bonus action, but you still need to start each one individually. Okay, so you can, on a single bonus action, start playing and start singing and essentially initiate 2 of them. Now, I believe that's still going to burn 2 of your starts. 2 of your ballad starts. You only get your proficiency plus 1. So even though it's just saying that you get to combine them onto the same action or bonus action. So it's just action economy is what we're getting at there. But, okay. And you start each one individually. I think that's because you could be, again, because you can always extend a ballad for up to a minute. You may be doing 1 and then end it and start 2 new ones, or start 2 and then start another one 3 turns later. You get it. Mix and match. Finally, we have Eternal Performance. At 15th level, your eagerness to perform lets you start a Bardic Ballad when you roll initiative. Spelling mistake. Is that how you spell initiative? No. I think there's a T in initiative. I'm a horrible speller. OP, Senior Blackwood, check this out, please. I think you're missing a letter in initiative. Without spending use of your Bardic Ballad. And benefit all allied creatures up to 30 feet instead of 20. So what this is doing is it's saying, yeah, at the start of a combat, when that initiative die is rolled, you can start a ballad right there without using one of your Bardic Ballad slots, which again are very, very limited for this style of bard. So that is, it's nice. It allows you to use it when you need it, but to have a couple extra for you to use during non-combat scenarios. Otherwise, you'd be tempted to just always be saving it for fights. It's like, well, we're doing a RP situation trying to talk to a king or negotiate a peace treaty with an orc chieftain. Well, I don't want to use my Bardic Ballad slot. I've only got like 5 of them. So I'm going to wait till the fight breaks out. And it's like, well, no, we're not going to fight. We're going to roleplay this. We're going to solve this problem without combat. So use your dang ballad. So, yeah, you get it. You get it. OP's thought about it. That's for sure. All right, back up to the top here. Oh, here's the capstone. Sorry. Improvising composition. At 20th level, you know your ballads inside and out. When you extend a ballad, you may change which one, spelling mistake, which one you are playing, and benefit all allied creatures up to 40 feet. That is a small army. That's a 40-foot radius, right? Radius is like this, right? All directions. That's the radius. So 80 feet from edge to edge, front to back, top to bottom. You could easily have 100 soldiers in that space with you. A whole platoon, a whole phalanx of allies that you're motivating with your song. That's pretty powerful. It's not unlimited, but it's a big magical effect. I mean, right up there with like 8th level spell casting, in my opinion. Like 8th circle of spell. Strong. Bardic Ballad. So here's the list of ballads again. I think there's only 8 of them. Ballad of Celerity. Other creatures have 5 times half your proficiency bonus rounded up as a bonus to their speed and don't provoke opportunity attacks. Wow. Okay, and there's no level gate on this, so you get this right off the bat if you choose it. I like that because, yeah, that's going to be the lower levels, 10, 15 feet of movement per round, but it'll go up to as high as 25, so like really fast. I also like this because in non-combat, this would be useful if you're just trying to cover ground, especially if you can work out with your DM for non-combat scenarios to be able to extend to up to, say, 10 minutes, meaning you play a long song and then before everybody gets bored of it, you stop playing. 10 minutes, right? That's about how long you can go. But that would allow you to cover a lot of distance, but it also has the combat ability. I mean, it's good in combat no matter what, extra distance in combat with the essentially everyone taking the disengage action, right? That's effectively what not provoking opportunity attacks is. Really nice. And then at the lowest levels, like 1 through 4, the range is only 10 feet in every direction. So it's not like you have total effect over the battlefield. If your player next to you hears the song, moves away from an enemy that's threatening an opportunity attack, by the time they've moved 10 feet, they're now out of the effect of your music. So, but at higher levels, you'll be able to cover a good chunk of the battlefield, and your players will be able to move in and around you and the enemies without provoking opportunity attacks. So this scales naturally just because of the range of the music. It's versatility. So that's a really nice one. Good for in combat, a little bit good for out of combat role play. I like it. I mean, think about it. You could take a whole family, a group of orphans, and you could be like, we need to stay ahead of the guards people that are hunting for us, the goblins that are after us. You play the song, all the kids are packed in close, you've got 20 of them, and you and your party escort them, moving at potentially 40, 50 feet per round, fast. And you could even dash potentially. It's cool. I'll keep going so this isn't too long. Ballad of Defense. Other creatures receive half your proficiency bonus rounded down as a bonus to their AC. Cool. That's 1 AC or 2 AC. That's the range. Good. Nothing wrong with that. Ballad of Resistance. Other creatures receive half your proficiency bonus rounded up as a bonus to their saving throws in which they are not proficient. That's nice. It's not too strong. It applies to all their saving throws except the 2 they're proficient in. So you can't take something they're already awesome at and give them even more. It's like, no. This is just helping you with the areas you're already weak. You're going to get those extra 1, 2, 3 bonus. It's nice. It's subtle. Very versatile. A lot of places you could use that in and out of combat. So cool. I mean, this is just a really nice option. Bardic Inspiration is awesome, but this has a lot of flavor. I'll bring up, by the way, I think it's Sean on the YouTubes there who came up with the ways to grade Homebrew. You've got theme, balance, fun to use, and ease of understanding. So we always want to draw light on those. So the theme, very nicely done. Sounds like a lot of fun. Balance, we'll keep going. I can't judge on the balance yet. But yeah, in ease of understanding, so far, I mean, it's the second time I've read this. I always pre-read these because you got to understand what you're talking about. But pretty clear. So let's keep going. The Ballad of Power? No, Ballad of Battle. Other creatures receive half your proficiency bonus rounded up as a bonus to their hit rolls for unarmed strikes, weapon attacks, spell attacks. Okay. Anything you got to roll to hit against an AC. Yeah. Yeah? Okay. I think at D&D 1, they're going to make it just a D20 roll or a D20 check. They're going to like combine all that. But I guess in this case, this is specifically combat. Yeah. This is you beating. If you're rolling to beat an AC, that's what this applies to. Yes. Okay. The Ballad of Battle. Ballad of Power. Other creatures receive half your proficiency bonus rounded up as a bonus to their damage rolls for unarmed strikes, weapon attacks, and spells the damage. And I can see that working for single hit or even AoE because, again, it's pretty small. I mean, I think in most that's going to go to a +3. And that would be like high. That'd be like level 18. You get a +3. So I would apply it to any spell damage, in my opinion. I'm sure as a DM, if there's some broken aspect, they can work that out in the game, between sessions. So, Ballad of Protection. At the end of your turn, other creatures receive your proficiency bonus as temporary hit points. These hit points can stack with hit points from other effects, other temporary hit points, but not themselves. And they are always consumed first when damage is taken. So they won't build up the +2, +2, +2, +2. No. They're going to disappear each time. It's just taking a little bit off. I can see that as being a little weighty to track. It's not bad. It's not even overly complex. It's just each player's got to remember to do it. You know what? It's like so many things in role play. A lot of times we remember an effect that's on our characters for like 1 or 2 turns, but like then the 3rd turn of combat, we forget about it. And and then we remember it in the 4th. I'm sure that happens to everyone, but it's fine because it kind of very much represents the ebb and flow of magic. And sometimes it's kind of nice to not be like doing the math every single round. Sometimes if you forget something, you don't remember it to the next round, never ask your DM to retcon. Just say, I forgot. Oh well, it's fine. I benefited when I initially did it and I forgot about it, but now I remember it again, I'll benefit again. Just imagine it's just like the flow of the magic in the combat and the uncertainty of the world, that nothing's like clockwork in the world, right? That it's analog, it's all over the place. So yeah, this pro tip there. Ballad of Triumph, prerequisite level 10. So there's a couple ballads that do have a level 10 prerequisite. Your other ballads receive a +2 to their effects, +1 if rounded down. So this is a ballad you'd have to lay on top of one of the base ballads, but it's going to greatly increase the effect. That's very appropriate at level 10. By level 10, you're taking on dragons, frost giants. You are the preeminent force in your city, state, or nation or area of the world. You and your party are a force to be reckoned with. So I think it's very appropriate at 10+. And then we have Ballad of Disaster, prerequisite level 10. Other hostile creatures receive the effect of your ballads inverted. It's so simple. It's just, I want to just a chef's kiss, because ultimately what SrBlackwood has done is they've taken all of the abilities and with one little ballad, they've just mirrored it, right? They've just doubled the effect of everything with one sentence. The versatility of the entire class ability, the ballad ability, is doubled from one sentence. It's not for free. You have to choose to use that Ballad of Disaster to make the effect work on whatever ballad you're mixing it with, or potentially up to 2 other ballads you're mixing it with. Because up here at 10th level, you can intertwine music to keep up to 3 ballads going. So it's simple, it's subtle, it's oh so effective. This is good homebrew, folks. Barring playtesting, because again, you got to playtest it. So here's a few subclasses for us. We'll hustle through here. College of Creation, Note of Potential. I think spelling check on that if that's potential. I don't think that's correct. OP. When you join the College of Creation at 3rd level, whenever you start a bardic ballad using your action or bonus action, you can utter a note from the Song of Creation to create up to half your proficiency bonus tiny motes of potential, which orbit within 5 feet of you. So I kind of think of this as like literal inspiration dice, right? They're floating around you here. The motes are intangible and invulnerable, and they last for up to an hour. The motes look like musical notes, stars, flowers, or other symbols of art or life that you choose. When another allied creature in the ballad, meaning in the range of your song, makes an ability check, saving throw, or attack roll, they may use their reaction and spend 1 of the motes to receive an additional effect as detailed below. So they literally, they're in there and they hear it, or they reach out and grab it, or however you want to illustrate it. And they consume this to gain that benefit using their own reaction, which makes it super versatile, so that they're essentially expending a little bit of their action economy by burning their own reaction. And this would happen theoretically during their attack action or their ability check bonus action or whatever. They're saying, yeah, I'm going to burn off my reaction, but I'm going to grab your mote and get the benefit. Yeah, it's really cool. The theme, the fun, they're there. Simplicity, it's there. It's all there. All right. Ability check. So these are the 3 ways they can benefit. The creature adds your proficiency bonus plus your charisma mod to their check. The mote pops, emits colorful, harmless sparks for a moment. Saving throw. The creature adds your proficiency bonus to the saving throw and receives your charisma modifier temporary hit points as the mote vanishes with the sound of soft music. Very nice, very theatrical. That's kind of a temp hit point plus the bonus to the saving throw. Finally, attack roll. Creature adds your proficiency bonus to the attack roll, and each creature of its choice that it can see within 5 feet of it, so melee range right around it, must succeed on a Constitution saving throw against the Bard's spell save DC, or take thunder damage equal to your charisma mod. The mote thunderously shatters. So that would essentially, be a little +3 to +5, sound shock that hits everyone right around you if they fail the con save. It's just a little tiny flavor, and it's giving you that bonus on your attack roll. I'm guessing that's just the first attack that you make. I guess, right? Probably. You might want to specify just that attack roll. Yeah, I think so. Okay. Just like it's that saving throw or that ability check. Yeah, the next one you do. I think it's pretty obvious. Animating performance, minor change. Oh, okay. So now we're getting into just subtle changes. So this requires you to understand what the initial official ability is in the Bardic class. I'm not going to review what the official thing is. We'll just read through these. I'm not a Bard player myself, so I'm not going to pretend I know that much about it. All right, here we go. I'm sure if you're reading this, if you're 20 minutes into this with me, you like Bards, so this will make sense to you. When you extend your ballad, you can command the item as part of the same action or bonus action. Awesome. I assume a musical instrument's playing itself? Something cool like that? Yeah? Oh. All right, College of Eloquence. So these are existing subclasses, and these are subtle changes. Unsettling words is changed. Also at 3rd level, you can spin words laced with magic that unsettle a creature and cause it to doubt itself. Once per Bard Ballad, when you extend it, you may target a creature that is within double the reach of the ballad, so anywhere from 20 to 80 feet, and that creature subtracts your proficiency bonus to the next saving throw it makes before the start of your next turn. So these won't stack. They won't last forever. It's only going to be 1 round. But every round, you may extend the same ballad you're playing and target a new person, a new creature. But obviously, they dissipate. If that creature doesn't make a saving throw, it will go away. So you can't just stack it on the whole battlefield. But it's allowing you to like shoot it out. You're like electric guitar solo. And it's like, hits that guy, hits that guy, hits that gal, hits that amorphous blob. Yeah, it's good. All right, let's keep going here. I'm excited. I haven't even had coffee yet. Lasting Ballad replaces Unfailing Inspiration. At 6th level, your ballads stick to those who hear it. When a creature starts its turn within your Bardic Ballad and leaves the range of your song, it keeps the effect of the ballad until the end of its next turn. So think of your monk moving, 60 feet. Just they run out of the sound of your song. They keep humming the tune in their head until the end of their turn, of their next turn. They get the effect, so they can go like do their combo strikes and chi whatever the fudge is. It's monk stuff. You get it. Infectious Song replaces Infectious Inspiration. At 14th level, your ballads are so beautiful they spread through those who hear it. When an allied creature is within the reach of your ballads, they start to sing along, spreading the effect to creatures within 20 feet of them. Okay, I smell an infinity here. There's no upper limit. I may say up to 100 creatures. Whew. You don't have to, but what you're saying is you could affect a 1,000-person army with this on a battlefield, is what you're saying. Is that a whole city of 100,000 could be affected by this? Yes. Okay. But now you're talking about like wish level power, right? Like how many wishes can affect 1,000-person army over. There's not really a range to this. As long as the people are packed close enough, it could a mile in every direction, 10,000 people, an entire city singing the song together. It's cool as fudge. Thematically, I love it. But you may want to put some limit because it is an infinity, potentially. Anything that goes infinite is broken. Like, this is 9th level spell slot badassness. I love it. I love things that are badass. All right, let's keep going. College of Glamour. Ballad of Choice, new feature. When you choose this college at level 3, you may change one of your learned ballads to the Ballad of Protection or Ballad of Celerity. I would actually say that you need to... I would say that you may choose one new ballad, one or the other. OP, I would make that change. Just say, yeah, third choice, if you go in College of Glamour, you just gain one ballad sooner. Not really hurting anything. They need the Ballad of Protection or the Ballad of Celerity for the Mantle of Inspiration to work. That's why this is here. Just give it to them. Just one of them. Say, if you don't know either of them, you may choose one as an additional ballad. Word it that way. All right? So, okay. This is why Mantle of Inspiration changed. When you join the College of Glamour 3rd level, you gain the ability to weave a song of fey magic that imbues your allies with vigor and speed. When you start the Ballad of Protection or the Ballad of Celerity, you shine with unnatural beauty. Allied creatures within double the reach of your ballad may use their reaction to move up to their speed without provoking opportunity attacks and gain your charisma modifier in temporary hit points. Boom. A number of times equal to your charisma modifier, you may use this effect again when you extend one of those ballads and regain any extended uses when you finish your long rest. So you will have to track your uses of this, but yeah, a lot of classes do that. Enthralling Performance, minor change. You may expend a use of your bard ballads when you use this feature. If you do, the targets roll with disadvantage. Okay, when you're using Enthralling Performance, that's nice. Keeping an eye on the time here. How much? All right, this is the last page here. Okay, here we go. College of Lore. Cutting performance replaces cutting words. Also at 3rd level, you learn how to use your wit to distract, confuse, and otherwise sap the confidence and competence of others. When you start a bard ballad, you may have it invert effects on hostile creatures instead of affecting your allies. You may have it invert effects. Yeah. Clean that up. I think there's too many S's or something. Just that sentence, I think, needs a rewrite subtly. Yeah. Okay. All right. So it's just a little change. You can invert the effect. Okay. Performance of Nirvana replaces Peerless skill. So this is just total skill replacement. Starting at 14th level, you may affect yourself with your bardic ballads. Oh, can a bard not give themselves inspiration? That being said, OP, on your celerity, I think you need to put a caveat in there that the bard does benefit from the effects of celerity, at least the movement part. Otherwise, because I'm thinking of using it out of combat to move the party along at a fast pace, and the bard's just kind of standing there and everyone's moving fast around him. But come on, don't do that. Don't do that to the bard. Let the bard also be buoyed by the sound of their own song to quicken their pace. For celerity only. Please will you do that? So that way you can use it the way I'm saying, where you're like taking the whole the orphans and you're moving them along at like really quickly with your song, compelling everyone forward. You got to do that. Please? Okay. I know you will. College of Spirits, Tales from Beyond changed. At 3rd level, you reach out to spirits who tell their tales through you. Tongue twister. You receive a pool of spirit dice equal to the number of bardic ballads you know. These spirit dice are D4s and are used to fuel your tales. When you start a ballad, you may expend any number of spirit dice, rolling them and selecting a tale based on the results. So this implies there's a list of tales somewhere. I don't know what the tales are, but again, you will know if you're interested in the subclass. So the tales are out there. Yeah, you may combine the results in a single die or add multiples together. For example, if you roll a 2, 3, and 4, you can choose tail 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, or 9 by combining the numbers any way you want. So it just means you don't have access to all the tails on any given attempt. That's really all this is doing, but I don't think it matters too much, but it's a mechanic. Okay. When you extend your ballads as an action, you may tell the tail to a creature within the reach of your ballad, giving the creatures the tails effect. The tails of, oh god dang. Speech impediment here. If the ballad ends, you have 1 hour to tell the tale or it vanishes from memory. You regain any expended spirit dice when you finish a short rest. Oh, the mechanic is because the spirits are secretly telling you their stories, but you don't get to control what stories they're telling you in the moment. I see. Now I get the theme, yeah, the flavor of it. Very nice. Whenever the table uses a roll of your inspiration die, change it to your proficiency bonus. Okay, so this is a table again that I'm not familiar with. Mystical prowess replaces mystical connection. Whenever you roll your spirit dice, see above, you may choose 2 tales to tell. For example, again, recombining, but you can choose 2 in any combination. You can't choose the same number for both tales. Yeah, you can't tell the same tale. Oh gosh, if you write that one more time, I'm so sick. Sorry, just This is punishment. It's punishment for me. College of Sword, Blade Flourish, minor changes. You expend uses of your Bardic Ballads instead of Bardic Inspirations. For all flourishes, add double your proficiency bonus to the extra damage and your proficiency bonus for the additional effect. Okay. Yeah, just a minor change. Okay. I guess I don't know what the original one is, so I can't critique it. I'm sure it's in this ballpark of the number values, so hopefully it's not unbalanced. Master's Flourish changed. Starting at 14th level, whenever you use a Blade Flourish option, you may opt to not expend a use of your Bard Ballad. If you don't, the Flourish uses half your proficiency bonus rounded down for all effects. If there is a Bardic Ballad active, use half your proficiency rounded down plus 1. So it's essentially saying you can always do the Master's Flourish, but if you have a Bard Ballad active, you gain a plus 1. Yeah, so having music going, that's cool. And finally, no, not finally, College of Valor, Ballad of Choice, new feature. When you choose this college at level 3, you may change one of the learned ballads to the Ballad of Power. Okay. But again, I just give it to them. Just me, personally, but okay. Because think about it. It's sort of like they didn't plan out their class right if they chose 2 other ballads and then they choose the College of Valor, but one of their 2 ballads isn't the Ballad of Power, but they need it for this to work, then they didn't really plan it properly. Okay. The DM and them can work it out, right? Honestly. Combat Song replaces Combat Inspiration. Also at 3rd level, you learn to keep the tides of battle on your favor. In your favor, maybe? Okay. Your Ballad of Power always has the inverse effect on hostile creatures while still affecting your allies. Whoa. Just the Ballad of Power, not all ballads, but yeah, that's giving you that double effect on that one ballad. Very nice. And clearly, the College of Valor Bard's going to use that a lot. Battle Song replaces Battle Magic. At 14th level, you have mastered the art of weaving spellcasting and weapon use into a Song of Battle. Once per turn, when you use your action to extend a ballad, you can cast a bard spell as the same action, or when you use a bonus action to extend a ballad. You can make one weapon attack as the same bonus action. Nice. It's just a little, it's at 14th level. I mean, come on. A bonus action attack stacked with extending your ballads. That's absolutely right along, and obviously the battle bard is not keeping up with fighters and stuff. But yeah, a little more damage, totally appropriate at that level. And then finally, this is it, College of Whispers, Psychic Blades, minor change. When you join the College of Whispers at 3rd level, you gain the ability to make your weapon attacks magically toxic to a creature's mind. Ooh, yeah, please. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack that is in your Ballad's reach, so they're hearing you sing while you're attacking, or maybe your weapon makes musical notes as you swing it. That's cool, right? Yeah. Singing blades. Oh, okay. Singing maces and axes. Bardic Ballad deals an additional 4d6 psychic damage to your target. You can also you can do so only once per ballad on your turn. Okay, so it's a smite. Yeah, it's a Bardic smite, and it's psychic, which is nice because not very many creatures have psychic resistance. So yeah, you can punch through. Very cool. The psychic damage increases when you reach certain levels of this class. 66 at 5, 10d6 at 10th, 14.6 at 15th. That's a lot of dice to roll, but yeah, I mean, listen, it's super limited on uses, obviously, but yeah, it's cool. I honestly don't know what Psychic Blades does, but hopefully it's not overpowered. I'm sure you've kept the damage in the appropriate range. Listen, SrBlackwood, thank you so much for posting this under the r/Homebrew Fever Dreams. That's the little subreddit I run. I really appreciate anyone out there who likes to get crunchy. If you're still here right now and you're going, no, I like Homebrew a lot, then go on the subreddit, share what you've created. It's kind of funny, I do these videos. It's a long video. Probably like 50 people will watch this. I'm not doing this to grow the channel. You know what I'm saying? It's not like 5 people are going to come in and oh, I sub because of this. That's not going to happen. This is for people who are like, Homebrew for bards, right? Type, and they search and it pops up. And they're on YouTube, and I can direct them to SrBlackwood's freaking content, which then resides on DM Guild. And there's people out there are going I don't want to buy something off of DM Guild, or what's good, what's not. So this is the review. And it's also a nice chance for SrBlackwood to maybe see some of the little word or phrasing catches and just do some little correcting. So in that sense, it's like minor editing. And I hope we're all having fun with it. I hope SrBlackwood enjoys the video. I sure enjoyed thinking about it and talking about it. And if just even 50 people watch this with us, then that's good for all of us. It's good for the community. It's good for the creation and support of Homebrew. Yeah. If you watched, thank you so much.